Hi, welcome to What the Flick. We're back.
Yay!
After a hiatus, or whatever you want to call it, a hiatal hernia. I'm Alonzo, that's Christy, that's Matt. And one of the few indies opening this week is a little comedy called For a Good Time Call.
Yes. So this is about as high concept as you can get, and it looks like total formula. Ari Graynor and Lauren Ann Miller play these total opposites who are forced to share a Manhattan apartment, and they launch a phone sex line together because they need money for rent, and hijinks ensue, but it is so much better than that. Take a look.
I get $1 a minute for a phone sex line. Whatever they say, I just tell them I want to lick it. Like nipple guy, lick it, hairy balls, lick them all. Okay, ew. You know you're not better than me. You're not better than phone sex. I'm better than phone sex.
Listen, the job we called you in for was filled this morning.
I want to make 1/3 of the profits, and I'm not getting on the phone. It's strictly business.
Ooh, I like a little fire in you.
1877, Cindy, Aaron with the low hangers. Yes. Rachel, it's Shmokayim again. Oh, billing, please. Billing! We've made $12,000 in 3 weeks.
I don't want to be boring anymore. I should be our second operator. All right.
Now you just say the words as I point to them, okay? Hard cock jams. Say it like you mean it.
It's very, very sitcom-y, kind of off the top,
Yeah.
and they're very, very broad types. Ari Graynor is all like leopard prints, and she has a stripper pole in her living room, and Lauren Ann Miller is all headbands, and she's very proper and very conservative.
And they hate each other from a college
right.
incident.
They're college enemies, yes.
And I have to say, for the first like 10 or 15 minutes, I was kind of cringing because I thought, phone sex? Like, is this, what decade is this? It sort of smacked of kind of a desperate sort of, outdated plot twist.
And they talk on landline. They talk on an actual
they
Is that
do.
even a legit business model anymore?
I don't know. Will you guys write to us and tell us?
Basically free porn on the
Is
internet.
there phone sex anymore?
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll do a
Who in
little
their
bit of
right mind would
research.
pay for phone
In
sex?
any event, the movie made me buy the concept, and it was funny enough that after a while I didn't care anymore if it was plausible or not, because this is really sharply written, and
Right.
the dialogue is great. They're a really fun comic duo, and there's a real spark to this thing where it's just kind of constantly surprising you and going in new directions, and I had a lot of fun with
Yeah,
it.
it surprised me a lot too. There are shadings to these characters that you don't expect. It is very, very funny. It was actually written for Bridesmaids, was even shot. So it's going to get compared to Bridesmaids a lot in terms of like it's a raunchy comedy with women saying and doing all
It is very bawdy.
Yes,
definitely.
it's very, very graphic, but funny. And these two really, really beautifully play off of each other, and they pull off the dialogue. Lauren Ann Miller also co-wrote it with a woman named Katie Ann Nalen, who was her college roommate, who actually did have a phone sex line in her dorm in college at Florida State.
Interesting.
And that's what this is based on. So they wrote a script together based on that, because people were always fascinated, like, what would the guys say? Part of the fun of this, I don't want to give away the cameos, but part of the fun is some of the guys who do the cameos and what,
on the other end of the line,
right, and what they're saying, and you want to cringe at how vulnerable they make themselves. But you know what? These guys don't come off as skeevy. I mean,
No.
they come off as just like normal and sweet and kind of lonely. And
hungry for a connection.
yeah, so no, it's full of surprises, and it also does something really, really well, which Bridesmaids did too, which is it explores the nature of like really intense female friendship. And when you make like a new best friend and you feel like you're falling in love, and it's like this person gets me, and so it really gets that very well, I think.
And I think also, like Bridesmaids, it really, so many, what we think of as chick flicks, so it's sort of in this glossy world where, Carrie Bradshaw writes 800 words a week and kind of buy like all the shoes she wants, and this is a movie about women who are dealing with a crappy economy and, not getting their dream job and having to sort of make ends meet, even if it means, just doing this whole phone sex thing.
Yeah, Ari Graynor has like 4 different jobs.
Exactly, yeah, and there's a fun Nia Vardalos cameo as this book editor who is not forthcoming with a gig for the other one, and anyway, I think it's a really smart movie. I don't want to oversell it because it's kind of a slight movie, but it's a fun one, and I think people should check it out.
I agree, and I really, really like Ari Graynor. She had mostly done a lot of supporting work prior to this, and would be a great
She's in
comic
Celeste
scene
and
stealer.
Jesse forever.
Right, she was in Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, and she has this and she hates being compared to Bette Midler, but she has this undeniable kind of Bette Midler thing going, which
I
is
think
very
she
appealing.
looks like Debbie Gibson.
Interesting.
Do you know how to get that facially?
Yes, Deborah. She's Deborah now.
I think she's
It's the
back to
freckles.
Debbie,
Is she back to
actually. I
Debbie?
think she's back to Debbie.
I know.
yeah.
Do you know?
No.
All right, so we should do numbers. What did you give
I
it?
gave it a 7.5.
I give it a 7.2, so that's 7.4. It is around 70 in Tomatoland, so it's really cute, and it's a good, refreshing, like last thing to see at the end of the summer.
Yeah, so take it with, see it with your best dirty talking gal pal.
Bye.